Saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hello, good morning everyone. Today I am going to take a session on the topic rules in Salesforce. And the topics covered in this session are assignment rules, auto response rules, and escalation rules. So first we will go with assignment rules. So I will explain this assignment rules using this diagram. Let's say ABC is a company and it has branches in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. And ABC has a sales rep team that is dealing with the leads that are created in ABC. And also there is a support team that is used to deal with the cases that are getting logged in ABC. So each region has its own sales rep team and a support team. So the difficulty here is like there may be hundreds of leads and cases are getting logged every day. So how they are distribute these leads to their respective teams. So the manual operation is difficult here, means examining each lead and assigning to each person. So how we can automate this? This one we can done using assignment rules and queues concept in Salesforce. So the requirement here is, let's say I will take an example of Kerala. Whenever a lead that is creating in Kerala, it should assign to the Kerala sales rep team. Similarly, whenever a case that is logged in with state equal to Kerala, then that case should assign to the support team. So how we can achieve this? The first step we have to do is like we have to create a queue for the sales rep team and a support team. So I will show you how to create a queue. So if we assign a lead to this Kerala sales rep team, what they can do is like based on their availability. For example, here 3 members are there in sales rep team. So based on their availability, they can pick lead and they can claim ownership of that lead and they can start working on that. Queue is nothing but it's a collection of leads or cases which doesn't have a particular owner assigned. The owner
Madam,
will
1 minute. Queue is what,
Yes.
madam? Queue is nothing but a collection of users, roles, and subordinates or public groups.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go.
So I'll show you how to create a queue and how we can create an assignment rule. We can go to setup, share queue. So I already created a queue for Kerala sales rep and Kerala supporting. So I'll show you what all the fields needed. So here for creating queue, first is queue name and email address. The label you can give the name of the queue and queue name, it will automatically populate with underscore. And queue email is nothing but if we are working as a group, maybe in most cases we have a distribution email for a group of employees. So if we have a distribution email, that email we can specify it over here. So whenever a lead is assigned to this queue, that users will get notified. Either we can select the set email to members, so each members will be notified individually. Then next section is object we have to select. So these are the available objects for creating queue, and we can select more than one object to a single queue also. So here the requirement is what Kerala sales rep is dealing with lead objects. I have selected the lead object here. The next section is queue members. Queue members is who all can access the leads in this queue that we are specifying here. Either we can select it using public group, roles and subordinate, or user. So I've taken users here and I created a user like step 1 and sales step 2. So only these 2 users can view the leads in this queue and they can claim ownership and they can work on that. So one point here is like the select. We already studied about the sharing setting, organized sharing setting. So the organization-wide sharing setting of this object is this public read, write, or transfer. What does it mean? It means like all users in this org have access to this object. So in that case, there is no point of creating queue here because all have access, but we are restricting users here in this queue. So that is defined here like if the sharing model for all objects in the queue is public read, write, or transfer, you do not need to assign users to the queue as all users already have access to the records for those objects. So make sure while creating queue, this object doesn't have this public read write transfer across in org-wide settings. Kerala sales rep team. Similarly, I have created a queue for Kerala support team also.
Madam, hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Sorry, I missed somewhere. So here, the point is read, write, and transfer. If at the org level, in the organization level, if we give this read, write, transfer, so this will be applicable for all the members here.
Yes, yes, yes. It not like that. It will be applicable for all the members in the organization level, not the queue level.
Okay.
But in queue, is like this here, all these users are there now. If I have set this to transfer, all these available members have access to this lead. Then there is no point of creating queue, right? Because we are restricting in queue like only Kerala support person 1 and 2 are giving access to this case object. Understood?
Yeah. So read, write, transfer should not be
Yes.
Selected at the OWD level, right? For the lead
Yes,
object.
yes, yes, yes.
Then we have an option of choosing the required people. I mean roles, users,
Yes,
or users, roles, public groups, and what are the options there? Subordinates
Public group.
here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So we have created two queues. Then what is our requirement? Whenever a lead that is getting logged into that with state equal to Kerala, it should assign to Kerala sales team or support team. So how we can define that is set up assignment rule. There are two assignment rule. Either it can be for a lead objects or lead assignment rule or case assignment rule. So first I will show lead assignment. So I already created a lead assignment rule for Kerala leads. So what is important here is only one assignment rule can be activated once. So, but we can define n number of criteria here. So I have created a rule name called Kerala leads, or we can either make it as a rule name as the ABC, rule name for ABC leads. Make sure it should active, because whenever we active, whenever that record is active, then only it will work. So when we activate this, all the existing other rules will deactivate automatically. Then here we can specify the condition. So I'll show you. So the first step here is like sort order. So I already mentioned like we can define n number of criteria in a single assignment rule. So what is the order of firing that? We can specify it in sort order. So I will give it as one, as only one assignment rule is there. Then second step is like here is we are defining that criteria, means that state is Kerala, that condition we are specifying in this section. Either we can use a criteria for it or we can go for a formula. Either way we can specify the condition. And also if you want to specify an or condition instead of this and, we can use this filter logic like one or the second condition, like that we can give. And the third step is like to whom you want to assign this lead if this condition is met. That we are specifying in the third section. Either we can assign it to a single user or we can assign it to a queue. So in this case, I am assigning it to the Kerala sales rep queue. So whenever a state equals Kerala, it is assigning to Kerala sales rep queue. Also, we can specify an email template. So whenever a case is assigned to this queue, these members will be notified with this email template. And here one option is like do not reassign owner. So for example, I don't want to reassign any owner, means I want that owner of that lead will be the default creator of that owner. If state equals Kerala, in that case, I can check this checkbox. Okay, so we have created a lead assignment rule. The next is case assignment rule. Similarly to lead assignment rule, only one rule can be active at once, but we can define n number of criteria here. This is the rule name, and this is active flag, and here we are defining the rule entries. So when I am editing this, similar to lead assignment, we can define the sort order, we can define the criteria. Here I have given like state equals Kerala. Then the next step is what, to whom we need to assign, to a queue. I am assigning it to Kerala support team, and I am giving an email template also. And here we have same option, do not reassign owner. Then one additional fourth option is there. For example, for one case, more than one team is working on that, then we can define it as a predefined, I'll show you how to, where we are doing. In Salesforce, we can define this predefined case teams. It's like a team only, means in that more than one members will be there. If for one case, more than one teams are working, we can specify that predefined case teams here. Yes, in setup, we can create it from here. Case teams. And we can specify the role also. Like here I mentioned, first we have to specify case team role. Case team role is nothing but we can specify the role and what permission we want to give for that single role. So I'm specifying this manager and I'm giving this read write permission. And here we can define this predefined case teams. So how it will be like this here. You can specify a number of users here and we can give the role also. So if these users need access to a particular, means access to that cases, then we can specify that case teams here. Specifying case team is important when we want to send email notification to all the members. Then we can combine this predefined case teams with workflow, because in workflow we have an option to select this predefined case teams while sending that email alert, while configuring that email alert. So this is how we are configuring lead assignment rule and case assignment rule. So I'll show you how it will work. Okay. So here what is the condition? I'll show you the case example. Here state equals Kerala, then Q is Kerala support team. So I'm creating a case here. Here it's a checkbox like assign using active assignment rule. I'm activating it and saving. So the case owner is by default, it is going to Kerala support team. So I'm already logged with one of the users in Kerala support team. So how they are going to work is like they will go to case tab and they will go to Kerala support team queue. So the queue will come here. So these are all the cases that are getting logged into this Kerala support team. So what they will do is like they will take any case and in details they can change owner. This is the user I logged in. So when I save, the ownership of that lead will go to that person. It's no more available in that Kerala support team queue. See, only two are there. Okay, so this is assignment rules and queues in Salesforce. So this definition I will change, this queue definition. This I got from internet actually. So Salesforce queues, I mentioned it like collection of record that doesn't have any owner. So I'll change that. It's a collection of members and all. Then users who have access to the queue can examine every record that is in and claim ownership of the ones they want. That is just now I'll show you. Then queues in Salesforce, what it will do, it will help to prioritize. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, suddenly I couldn't hear the voice, so I thought
Okay, all others are fine.
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Okay. So can I continue? Now it's okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now I can hear.
Okay, yeah, thank you. What is the use of queues means? It helps to prioritize, distribute and assign records to teams who share workloads. So I included those screenshot also. Navigation is set up queues. Same thing I showed you. This is the new queue creation screen. Email address, support and queue members we can supported object and queue members we can define here. And assignment rule can be of two types, lead and case assignment rule. Lead assignment rule is what is used to automatically assign lead record to a particular user or queue based on different conditions. So it mainly consists of a criteria and to whom we need to assign that lead when condition matches. And this is the important point, like a single assignment rule can contain n number of criteria, but only one assignment rule can be active at once. Navigation is set up, lead assignment rules. Same way you can go through this and all explained already. And case assignment rule is we can assign cases regardless of how cases are created, as cases can be created from many sources like web to case, email to case. So in that all cases, it will automatically assign to that queue. And a single assignment rule can contain a number of criteria, but only one assignment rule can be active at once. This is the navigation setup, case assignment rules. So these are all the screens, new creation screen. Okay. So any doubt on this assignment rule? Or can I go to next session?
Ma'am,
No doubt.
hello.
Okay. Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
Sorry, ma'am. Just one small doubt, which takes only some 20 seconds of time. Only one assignment rule can be active at a time, but we can create many. So,
Yes.
what is the main use? If we only one thing can be active, one assignment rule can be active at a time, then what is the purpose of creating more than one
More than one assignment rule or more than one criteria?
assignment rule?
For example, the client requirement is like this one. If state equal to Kerala or something like that, we defined this assignment rule and later change it that, and you don't need to delete that. You can just deactivate that and make the other assignment rule active.
Okay, yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, the old assignment rules will be all here. No need to delete that. So we can create any and make any one of active.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Then next topic is auto response rule. So what is auto response? We all got some kind of auto response, like whenever we call a customer care or something, we will get a response like our executive will call you in 2
Madam,
hours.
just 1 minute, madam.
Yes.
I'll stop this one. I'll record again this auto response.
Okay.